Welcome to Scene Invaders. I'm Xander. That is Felicia. That is Felicia. That
over here. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, we'll do that again. Welcome to Scene Invaders. I'm Xander. This is Felicia, and today we are talking the season finale of Foundation Season 3, The Darkness. So good, so good. And right off the top, I gotta say, Felicia was bang on with her theory. So, round of applause.
Surprise.
Yay. Yeah,
Take a bow.
By the end they were pushing it pretty hard, but I still think it caught a bunch of people off guard.
Yeah, I mean, we caught it episode before the finale, so not too close, but I mean, let's be real, there like all the other clues were super like small. It didn't get really obvious till the end, but still proud of us in the Discord for putting together a theory that actually was real.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to us often, but it
we
happens
had some
sometimes.
Discord comments that were literally bang on. Like, I think it's this is how the backstory is going to go. It was actually her and her brother was and I was like, damn, like, if you want to join our Discord and you could theorize with everyone and figure out shows before they figure themselves out. Link below. Join the Discord. It's lots of fun. Okay, so we're going to break down the plot for you guys. First off, I want to talk about Brother Dusk, because whoa, did he just jump right off the rails in this episode. Holy doodle.
That dude pissed me off, but I like respected it at the same time.
Yeah. Like a true emperor vibes.
Yeah, did what he had to do, but also you kind of suck for that.
So he goes to fake, he goes to his ascension, but he kind of fakes going there. He starts walking down the hallway, and you kind of see him earlier in the episode. He's standing looking up at all the clones, and I was like, this doesn't feel good. What's going on? Why does this feel so wrong? And then he walks back there and just starts pressing buttons, and they all start exploding.
And you old man died.
Good. You're like, bro, what is happening? And he kills all of them, like a whole tower full of Cleons, except for one baby, which will come into play later. We'll talk about it later. But obviously his goal is kind of to just end the whole genetic dynasty and be the one emperor, which is pretty wild. And what he does at the end of the episode is pretty wild.
Yeah, and gross. Felt like we needed like a pre-warning for that with the amount of bodies we saw hitting the floor. It was gross.
That was pretty.
But
it was
sick.
It was sick, and it looked like a lot of it was just like prosthetics, which I appreciate. It's pretty neat.
Thank you for
that. It was a lot of fake blood that they had to come up with. Okay, and then next big point, we talked about it at the start of the video, but we finally get the mule's true identity, and the powerful person controlling the entire plot this whole time was actually Beta.
I know. Sorry, Dan, if you're watching this. So sorry, Dan. We know you loved her. She's still cute. If anything, and I was talking to Tanner about this today, it makes her character even more cool to me.
It does.
Like, who doesn't love a villain? At first, she was just going to be some basic like side character, but now she's actually like a main person. So that's way cooler, Dan. So don't be too sad.
And I kind of enjoyed her goal when you realize like when Han is talking to Gaal and he's like, yo, she really just wants to do what the Foundation wants to do, except she can do it a lot faster. I'm like, oh, that's actually an interesting conundrum of like,
right?
I'm just trying to bring peace, yo. Like, everybody calm down. So she wants to mind control the entire galaxy, which is probably not a good thing, but pretty crazy that she can be doing all these things and from behind the scenes. Pretty neat. Yeah.
I have a question for you. So my question now going into the next season is, do we think that the mule we thought was the mule was the little brother, or just someone she picked up along the way?
I think it was the little brother. Because
she didn't really seem that sad that he is gone. But speaking of which, she didn't really have enough time to show that. She was busy with Gaal and stuff like that. But still, I don't know. I feel like he might not. I definitely don't think Magnifico is the brother because he looks older, not younger.
Yeah. And maybe the brother was gone. Maybe she actually killed it. I don't know. I just assumed that it was the mule that we thought it was the whole time was the little brother. But yeah, we don't really get a whole lot of time with that ending scene because we'll jump right to Gaal, I guess, right now. So she battles the mule, the fake mule, who is being controlled by Beta. And it kind of turns out, which is a little unfortunate, that it was a mind battle. And I was really excited to see Trantor get chopped up and blown
Yeah.
up, but it all happened in their mind, which
Yeah.
is an interesting decision that I'm
It
sure was
was.
due to budgetary constraints.
It still looked cool though, right? Like the shift of showing it, like they kept like changing the colors and the schemes. I
Yeah,
don't know. I thought it was pretty cool
it was
visually.
done well. So the reason it kind of felt underwhelming was they kind of teed it up to be like a real battle a bit
Right.
on Trantor between Gaal and the mule, and it just ended up being the mind thing, but it did look very cool. And then we have Gaal, who finally beats the mule in mind battle, but also in real life stuff because
Mhm.
she does that thing, which was pretty
Stick thing.
gruesome. And then she
It
wakes
was.
up, and Han is like, "Hey, what's up? I love Beta," and shoots her in the stomach.
I was so shocked. That part threw me. Okay, I didn't predict that. We really thought he was like someone that didn't get manipulated, but obviously because when she was looking in his mind, she was looking for the other mule, not the actual mule.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was really shocked by that, and I thought we were gonna lose her for a second. I was like, we can't be losing this many people in one episode, but
yeah.
I don't know. But also, wait, I've realized the scene that she had in her mind though of her being like grabbed and choked, that didn't technically happen yet, so that can still happen, right?
Oh no, I think it was her seeing a vision of her mind battle with him in the future because he's doing that in her mind, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, so she sees the future, but she was only seeing the future of her future mind.
Yeah,
That's
very confusing stuff.
very, very, and probably not what the plan was originally, but that's
Yeah.
what happens when shows get their budgets cut. And then we have a very weird scene where Magnifico starts playing his big finger harmonica thing,
Yeah.
but Gail had messed with it at
So it
some
plays a
point.
different song,
So
like not
yeah,
Beta's song, her song. So now her powers were stronger. That was wild. Wasn't
that was
expecting that either.
yeah, and then Gail runs away, and Beta is just chilling. I don't know, because Gail runs away and no one chases her, which was weird. Like Han doesn't chase her, no one. He just shot her, and he's like, "Okay, bye, thanks." I don't
See
know.
ya.
Yeah,
I
it was
did my
odd.
part. I do
But
have to
then,
say it was hilarious when she jumped out the ship and she was just like free falling, and then the girl in the ship was like, "I got you, Gail." I'm like, is this a video game? Like, how is that?
yeah, it
Free
was
falling in space? That was so funny.
it.
I'm sorry.
So I'll be a little bit of a nerd. She wasn't technically in space. There's still
Yeah.
like a certain amount of atmosphere that high,
Mhm.
so she would have just had to hold her breath. But then you can get into like the physics of if she's holding the door, does the door have enough drag that it starts to like burst into flame? It was a weird scene to put in,
Mhm.
but it was very cool when they
Was.
jumped in front of her through like a wormhole, like the whisper ship like pops up right in front of her and then she kind of
Yeah.
scoots in. That was, I don't know, it was kind of Mission Impossible-esque, a little
It was
out there,
very
but
cool.
yeah, it was
I
pretty cool.
also thought she was gonna go up into flames, and for that second, the ship, like, pops up and it has flames, and we're like, "Oh!" We thought that was
Oh
her, but it
god,
was
she's
the
dead.
ship. We were like, she blew up," but no, it wasn't.
That'd
She
be
was good.
such a funny way to die. Oh my god.
Insane.
Okay, and then she's on the ship. She gets on the ship, and Harry's on the ship. He like implanted a piece of his AI there, and he's like, "Hey, so what about our deal? Like, you wanna come back to the vault and grab me?" And she's like, "No."
She's like, "I actually betrayed you
Yeah. Oh, so sorry.
to get
Harry's
what I
actually
wanted."
dead. Yeah. So that's probably not good considering he's like, "Hey, I'm in the system of your ship," and she's like, "No, bye now." And then they jump. I'm assuming we don't see where they jump to because they didn't jump to a good place.
Yeah. I
Uh, he,
also feel like we don't really know 100% if the real Harry's dead, right? We assumed,
I have
but
a
we don't really
theory.
know.
I have a theory for later on about
Ooh, okay.
who Harry is, which
All
is very
right.
interesting. All right, so then we're gonna jump back to Trantor, and we have the big scene with Demerzel. Rest in peace, my sweet,
Oh,
sweet
I'm so
lady. Oh my god.
sorry.
So you have Dusk, who has just blown up all the bodies, and he takes the last baby that he saved, and he goes to the chamber where he is supposed to be dusted. And Demerzel, like, is with original Cleon. He brings her the head. I guess we totally went over this part, But earlier in the episode, Brother Day, with the head that he took from Mycogen, I don't know how he escaped Mycogen and made it all the way back, but we won't worry about that because we got no time.
We ain't got time in the finale for that.
Yeah, no time. So he makes his way all the way back to the capital city, Trantor or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, yo, I got you this head." And Demerzel's like, "Whoa, I can't do anything with that because it goes against my programming." So he's trying to figure out how to make it do the handshake connection. What do they call it? The clasp. Yeah. They're trying to do the clasp thing so that they can reconnect and have each other's memories and all that. But Demerzel, right in the middle, her sensors go off, whatever her AI thing, and she's like, "Oh, there's something going wrong. I gotta go." And she like and wanders away.
Because you could see how bad she wanted. Like she was like fighting her own self. Like she was literally shaking. Felt so bad for the poor robot. I was gonna say lady. She's a lady. Okay,
she's
I
a lady.
see her as a lady. I felt so bad.
Imagine like not seeing another one of your species for like hundreds, almost 1,000 years.
Forever.
And then someone's like, "Hey, I found one." And you're like, I can't
do it.
Yeah.
Like, and her programming is just like strangling her. Like it's terrible.
It's
awful.
a little, it's sad. So she leaves the head as Day is trying to figure out how to turn it on. He might have turned it on. I think he did. We'll find out at the end of the episode. So. And then she wanders off to go find Brother Dusk chilling with a baby, about to kill it and himself. You don't really know. And then he's like, "Hey, so your programming will make you save this baby, hey?" And she's like, "Oh, God, yeah." And so he puts it down on the little pad that they get dusted on, and he turns on the switch, and Demerzel, because of her programming, walks onto it and tries to cover up little baby Dawn. And she gets melted completely.
So heartbreaking. I just want to say before I get more sad, I was right about this. I knew Day
in
the trailer was screaming because he watched Demerzel do this to herself. And I'll give a shout out to King Red Nirvana as well. He's been saying she was going to get zapped up for a couple weeks now. So we're happy we were right about that, but also really fucking sad I was right about that because I didn't think it would hurt my heart as much as it did. And it dragged on. She burned, and then the baby didn't end up living anyway. So I was kind of like, well, just push him to the side a little bit or something. Get him out the way. Just knock him off. Like do something.
Yeah. There was someone in the Discord also talking about like why she may have done that instead of staying with the other 2 days. And it would probably be because Brother Dusk went through and killed all the other clones. So this is the last of the genetic dynasty that is going to grow. Yeah. So
Tanner, the editor here, that someone in the Discord was myself responding to King Red Nirvana, unless somebody else beat me to it earlier on in the Discord and I missed it. Anyways, Demerzel's subroutines and algorithms would have been bypassed by old Cleon killing all those clones, so little tiny baby Cleon would have been the future of the Empire, and old Cleon's time was already up. So in that room with all the Cleons, the one that had the most value to her was the small little tiny baby Cleon. So Demerzel wasn't sacrificing herself. She was compelled into her own execution.
She's probably forced to do this, which is so sad. And then we have the little fight between Dusk and Day, which was pretty cool. And he's like, "Haha, you can't kill me." And Day is like punching him in the head, and he gets up and he's like, "What the hell, man? What's going on? This really sucks." And he's like, "Yeah, you got your nanites removed, right?" And Day's like, "Yep." And then he just pops Day. Boom. Crazy. It was my favorite version of Day. I'm so mad.
Day and Dem in one episode.
In like the same fucking scene, pretty much. I
was devastated.
Ripped up about it. Yeah, it
was gruesome too. It was slow, and then he like hovered over him and just like made it worse. And then when his eyes his eyes didn't really close. He closed them for him. When he finally went, I was like, "Oh my God, is he faking?" Because that's what I would do.
Get up and like,
I'm gone. And then the second he walked, but then I saw the blood pooling, and I'm like, "Fuck, man, he's actually gone."
Yeah. When he's leaning over him and he's like, "Yeah, did you hear about all those planets I blew up? It's pretty neat. Like I really didn't want the galaxy to continue without me." Like, dude, you're crazy. And then the way he's like, "Yeah, I want both these thrones removed. Take care of this." I'm like,
he looked nuts too.
Yeah.
Like just his whole vibe. That actor did a great job. Whoever plays Dusk, I don't know his name. He's not my favorite character, but that says a lot for the actor because he did what he was supposed to do in the show.
I really enjoyed that he calls himself the darkness. And at the end, when he's like, yeah, what did Harry say? What comes after all this? The darkness? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
like, if the
awesome.
robe fits, I'm like, damn, dude, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
I like that we were wrong about that. How on the live or whenever we were talking about, we thought that the darkness could mean that Gaal was going to end up in the black hole. I like it better that it was referencing him.
Yeah, me too. I really enjoyed that. So then, right before this actually happens, you see the ambassador to the Foundation, and she's like, yo, what do I do? She's talking to Demerzel, and Demerzel's like, go to the library. You're kind of like, wait, what?
Orders her around.
Yeah, all right. Like, what a weird thing to say when the whole world's imploding. But then she goes to the library under Demerzel's orders, and right before the ending of the episode, we get to see that the Second Foundation is hidden in the libraries of Trantor itself. In the deep layers of the planet in the lab. Yeah. So it's originally where a lot of the androids were hanging out, I think, where they were hiding and they got caught. So I don't know if that's supposed to be foreshadowing for like, they're going to get caught too, but pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like that the mayor was smiling too. Like she knew, like, because he had the Prime Radiant, of course. So she knew, like, okay, you're on our side. It's not so bad. But I do feel bad for her because, you know, she waited, like what she said, decades to be with Dusk. And then he went mad. So literally all her dreams like were crushed. So at least she has this one good thing and something to fall back on. But
my dream boy turned into a homicidal tyrant.
Yeah. I mean, we should have known.
Classic.
Should have known, considering he hid from Demerzel the weapon that he was making. Well, he hid it from everybody, really. So we should have known he was a little shady. But I didn't think he'd be this shady.
No, this is new levels of shade. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we get to the final scene, which someone in our live stream also called last night, which is crazy. The head that is left in Day's room, or in Demerzel's room, that Day brings to Demerzel. Like right at the end of the episode, you get like the little pan around, and it's like, clasp initiated. And you're like, oh shit. And it like turns on its eyes. We get like a map of the galaxy. You can see that it's sending a signal to the other side of the galaxy. And it's like, oh my God, this is pretty wild. Yeah. And then we jump to where the signal is going, and the signal is being received by Calais, which is wild, on what appears to be a moon orbiting a future Earth. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is, which is wild. And then we get Calais, who confirms that she is a robot, obviously, and mentions that the clasp was initiated, even though Demerzel wasn't supposed to be able to initiate the clasp. We're like, oh, okay. So, and you have that robot beside her, who I will mention in a sec, is like, I didn't think that Demerzel could do that. And she's like, well, this isn't coming from Demerzel. So tons of theories to be had there. I'm pretty excited. My biggest theory, number one, is that Harry is the robot that is beside her.
Ooh, that's interesting. And that's where like he like went?
Yeah. So he went there, and she's like, we got to get you one of these bodies that ain't going to go nowhere. Hey. And he's like, yep.
I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because
I have something Tanner had said to me about this specifically, meaning Callie. He says that he thinks that she manipulated Harry into creating psychohistory and had created a version of it previously to give her future insight. So if they were capable of that, then they could create smarter AI, and then that AI would invent even smarter AI until the intelligence became so great it would be like unlimited knowledge.
That's an interesting
That's
theory.
what he thinks.
That's pretty cool.
Very interesting, right? I told him I would read it today because it was so cool.
So there's been a couple of moments throughout the series where you kind of get hints that Earth is a place that people know of, but it's more of like a forgotten history of where humans actually came from, originated from. There's been a couple times where it's like, oh, I heard that we all came from Earth, but we don't know where that is. We lost it a long time ago, which I love that as a sci-fi concept. It's so interesting. And the fact that Earth isn't just some desolate place, we actually see that there is like AI or android life there. I'm wondering if like the whole planet was just completely taken over by androids, which would be pretty neat. That'd be pretty cool. Would be. Yeah, or there could just be humans living with them side by side. It's going to be interesting to see next season.
Yeah, I think they did a good job at like closing storylines, but also leaving it like open for next season.
So there's a couple things.
Closed? Yeah,
kind of closed. There's still a few things that are open at the end of this season. So we have Beta, who is still out in the galaxy. There was no time jump at the end of this season. There's no setup for a time jump. So I'm wondering if season 4, we're just going to pick right back up where we left off, which would be very cool because the situation we're in, I don't want to jump 100 years from where we're at now. There's too much happening. I need to see these characters through. So it'd be interesting to not do a time jump this season. We have originally, another question that wasn't answered this season that I think is going to be pushed to next season is Queen Sereth and her kid that she had with Dawn in season 2. So the original Dawn that gets away. They're still out there. Their lineage is still out there somewhere, which is interesting. We have Gaal's zygote of her daughter, which is also interesting. So that could come back into play. And then, Han and brother Don, who are just chilling. Don just had a moment in this episode where he was like, oh, no, run, save yourself. And then
save yourselves.
You don't see him at all.
I think he's a goner. I mean, I'd be surprised if they keep him around. Because, I mean, I don't know why. Maybe Beta has a soft spot for him. Considering she
we would
kicked
have
the other
seen him
mule out.
die. We would have seen him die if he was going to die. I think he's going to be around. But if maybe he will turn into Day by the next season. We'll have a small time jump. But I don't know, man. It just, I really enjoyed the things we got in this episode, but there are so many things where I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Just one scene with Dawn and he's like, save yourself. And then one scene where we're like, Beta was the mule. And we're like, okay, bye.
We didn't get enough. I wanted more of the backstory on that. They showed little flashes, like that one flash of just the flashback of her drowning being her instead of who we thought it was. But that was literally it. I'm like, I need more. I need more.
Yeah, I needed a whole another episode. I needed a whole episode of everything Gaal was doing, and I need a whole episode of what the hell is going on with the with Empire. And there feels like there's a lot of loose ends and a couple holes in this episode that I'm hoping they tie up next season because I really love where everyone ended up. The story itself is good. It's just there's a couple things that I'm like, why?
Wanted a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did we get Day saved so that Dawn? Why did we get Dawn saved so that he could sit on a ship with Beta and Bry for half the season? It's so weird.
Cry and just have his legs bandaged up. Can't even walk. He's just laying there.
There was no purpose.
2 minutes. 2 minutes of him and of each episode, if any, and then that was about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're doing with that.
I'm wondering if maybe Beta is going to use him to try to take back Trantor and make it seem legitimate.
It would be smart for her actually to do that.
Yeah.
For him to be her new person that she controls since she lost her other mule.
Rip. And then the big question is, how are they bringing Demerzel back? Because I know there is zero chance in my mind that actress does not come back because she is so good.
Oh, she has to. I think she will be resurrected. And I think it was foreshadowed a little bit in the earlier episodes. I think episode 4 or 3, one of those, when she's in the garden with the other lady whose name I can't think of right now. And she had said something about the end of the genetic dynasty, you will be born, you will die, and then you will be born again and you'll be free. So I do hope that happens for her. I just don't know how. Maybe the Prime Radiant, because isn't a part of her literally in there?
Yeah, so there's a copy of her, he pretty much had to copy her entire existence. There's also the clasp, if she had clasped with that other robot before dying, and we don't know, that they would have shared each other's memories. There's a few ways that she could come back that I'm sure. I would almost be positive that Harry maybe put that into his plan. He knew that giving the Demerzel the Prime Radiant would kind of end with her in a situation where she would need that to reboot herself and be free of Empire. So I am hoping she comes back, but there will definitely be a few episodes without her next season, and I'm sad about it because she's the best.
Yeah.
All right.
No, just that I thought this finale was really good. Besides the little holes we talked about, I felt like I was on the edge of my seat the whole entire time. I was freaking sad. I was distressed about all the deaths, but I thought it was pretty cool either way. Even the sick stuff I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. And I'm glad you put us onto this show.
You're welcome. I am a sci-fi little bitch. That's what I like. If you have any other theories about this episode, leave them in the comments below. We'll probably do a season 4 theory video. We'll accumulate all of the theories in our Discord, which is awesome. You should join it, by the way. And we will put them all together into a video and talk about what we think is going to be happening in season 4, which is most likely 2 years away because that's how TV shows work now. And I hate it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the join button below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.